and we can address the question of decongestion of the center of Leone. That means how will they make the city free for let people to move about. And today, the very first time as well, I get the privilege for welcome Naya, former Assistant Inspector General of Police, now Honorable Minister of Internal Affairs, the Right Honorable Mori Lengo, ESQ. I'm glad you forget to mention today. I'm clap for a new minister, but you don't take the arena and see you like the uniform and direct me. On the left, for represents the Freetown City Council, because this conversation requires the Freetown City Council. We invite Madam Omar Hassan Kamara in at the Information, Education and Communication Officer, and we're glad for getting her as well.
Thanks for having me. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. And last but by no means the least, as you know, this is not the government platform, but one of the things that we don't do is to make sure that the conversation with the guild and the voices really reflect the country. And today, I'm glad to say Mr. Ishmael Sadi, we are the president for the Bike Riders Union. Today, I think he gets supporter than I am. The man has been around today, which is very good. We can get a frank conversation. We hear first from the minister, then from the council, and then we also hear from the Bike Riders. But as usual, before we can start, I can let for good now updates on inside the government of Salonde, within the happen, some of the top headline news there we happened inside the past week. Number one, he don't please His Excellency first for appointments, and I come to that. Mr. Ambassador Fudi Yonkela as Sierra Leone's ambassador designates to his sister country, Republic of Guinea. So that means effectively the previous holder of that position, Almami Bakura, don't be relieved of his duty, and now His Excellency don't please her for their appointments. A very distinguished ambassador for the Yonkela, family member and say he served as minister, he don't serve as ambassador before. This man a decorated public servant. Any service don't serve, they don't serve for distinction. Next news, now that His Excellency the President, Brigadier retired Dr. Julius Mada Wonibio, they received 2 prestigious African Continental Awards there over the weekend. I've been very privileged for being among the ministers who will witness this very small but impressive ceremony. 1 award, and here say in a he for she champion award, and then the first ever African Intelligence Award, AI Intelligence Award, for the work we do for promote human development. For receive this award, the leader then sent Her Excellency Joyce Banda, former president of Malawi and founder of the Joyce Banda Foundation, alongside Princess Dr. Oskansi, who is the founder of the Napotech Center for Excellence, for letting come and His Excellency the President this very distinguished award. I think as minister and one of the things that we're very proud of for say again hearty congratulations to His Excellency. This is a part of where he work, the world they recognize him for transform the image of the country. Next, the Minister of Finance will express some concerns to NIA say on the revenue generation, and he say the NIA need for continue for do more for let we increase revenue, we will make resources available to your. Number 3, now that's for number 4 now, the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs and the National Association of Certified Tour Guides, they belong mark the World Tour Guides Day. The theme for this year are tour guides as peace ambassadors, and for honor the tour guides them and the role that they play for promote cultural heritage and for support the local economy and for make sure the people of the council alone get a good experience with Kaya. On Tuesday, 18th February, His Excellency will mark the 16th Armed Forces Day, and he will lead the celebration for honor the vigilant man and woman of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, where they will sleep in a net, and then they take up arms for the family. This is an annual event, we include a historic parade that will perforce and a tribute to the people here, we, as I say, the day before for the family. President Bio, they say at the ceremony that we honor the legacy of bravery and patriotism, where they define the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, and they say we owe them a debt of gratitude for where they made their lives for them to be free. As you know, President Bio said, as a young man, straight from high school, he volunteered for serve, for defending the country, and serve in a war we make me to get peace today. Finally, one of the biggest news that we get last week, at the 29th General Assembly of the Organization of African First Ladies for Development, Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Fatima Mada Jabibio, being elected as the new president for this organization. The elector, Madam First Lady Fatima Mada Jabibio, say he get the honor for getting this responsibility for lead at the continental level, and he reminds say, nothing or the way impossible we put in hands to and will come together as the people for one. We will dedicate the award to their husband, His Excellency President Julius Mada Bio, for his steadfast support, in guidance, and in belief we know the shake. It's not English in the right, so I'm here for the back Creole. So I answer the English word around like. They say the president not just in personal life, but a greatest source of encouragement in this journey of service. As you know, Madam First Lady are one of the biggest global champions for women in picking rights, and this honor we don't honor now as president of all the First Ladies in Africa. And another beautiful feather to the cap of Salon, and we want to again congratulate her on behalf of the people of Salon for that historic achievements there. Later on, I will provide briefing on one issue we therefore deal with. A judgment will happen na the Supreme Court na Salon will be therefore do with land business. And we know see plenty people that we talk different thing about because of the ruling. The AG don't prepare a detailed brief we want to present to people. But I want to start this conversation before the end. I will come and present that so people will get it fast. So I know the job there and for many people of this country get it fast. I want to take this opportunity to tell plenty thank you to VSO the lecture series get slides and language. All the fact that welcome we good internet now. Africell will be steadfast supporter. Sarah tell the lecture series will go on water, Orange, and others there will support with the UNDP. Will make sure this place look as nice as it look. All the gadgets they will get like UNDP and now the Chinese government as well for the support we want for them. Thank you. I will get all that out of the way. Now I come to you now. Mr. Minister, I'm very first step this platform. I congratulate you first on your appointment as Minister for Internal Affairs. Since your appointment, we only see one thing that I appreciate on a personal level, where I want to take this opportunity to tell you personally. As Minister, you get an instinct to communicate. And all the group that are there with you, anything they happen, you quickly share the updates. Even a fire happen here and this happen here, and make a glad. Say we get a partner in you. We understand the need for the public get access to information. Not for take you force for that, but because you have been in a public for long. People no say you know effective public officer, effective police officer, you serve the country with distinction, you retire and you be honored, and now the pardon you come back. Before we come to the big question we can talk about, I just want to give you an opportunity for the first time when you talk to the people on this platform, for them to just share what's your vision as Minister of Internal Affairs, what you set up for do as Minister. So just take maybe a few minutes and just want to tell you and the panelists that that's how we're going and then say, yeah, we'll go by time. As we start sharp on time. So if you see I ask you a question, I say take 4 minutes. As I say take 4 minutes, the time will start here in 4 minutes. As you don't, the 4 minutes are either sounding. But while you see, I'm still not going to allow. So take for me 3 to 4 minutes. We need extra 4 minutes. Hey, at the rest, that first part the first. As Minister, waiting at the ministry office and waiting on your vision as Minister for Internal Affairs.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, and good afternoon, everyone. Like you say, I'm the first time for CAM, and hopefully I will become from time to time. And thank you very much for those very fine compliments. And I want to take this opportunity for thank His Excellency the President who appointed me the first retired police officer for the Ministry of Internal Affairs in the history of that ministry. And of course, Parliament for them overwhelmingly endorse and approve your appointment. I want to thank you, Minister, more specifically because you make this conference in one of our indigenous local language, where they make now where they talk with and to our people, not for talk on our people. In fact, I plead to everybody and of course the nation for taking one step, another level, for that will make Creole the national language of this country. Because in other places, thank you very much. In other places, people then they talk, you go Korea, you go Ukraine, you go so many places, Saudi Arabia, and they are talking their own, and also training and teaching their own people in their own language. So why can't we do that? In fact, that would be part of liberation, which involves Malaysia for mental slavery. So, Mr. Minister, that's my humble recommendation. But coming back to my vision, when I assumed office, I asked my ministry where we strategic plan. Unfortunately, there was none. So I said, no, we have to do a strategic plan. Because modern way of doing business, you have to have a plan. And that plan, now you tell people what you want to do, what say you do now, what say you want to go. And it also gives them the opportunity for them to grade you, so that whatever you're doing is transparent and accountable. So we don't begin to formulate a vision for make Sierra Leone the safest place to be in the world. It's a big vision, but collectively together, all of us, it's not impossible to achieve. So my plea to all of us is to see how we can work towards that vision. We're trying now for come with 2 objectives. So I don't do a lot of internal consultation, Minister. I'll come back to now with those findings, and then we'll all work together for them to do a vision and a strategic plan. We don't hold the first brainstorming meeting, the ministry itself initially, and then all the agencies. I have 9 agencies: police, correctional service, independent company, board, immigration, national civil registration, you name them. We don't hold a meeting with them. They also don't come, they don't contribute. The next step is to do external consultation, and all of you will be part of it, and we'll also go on the provinces. because we want to bring everybody on board, but let them know where the ministry is heading to, and for all of us collectively together for achieve that vision to make sure you're the best place to be and the safest place to be in the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. So the vision for make Sierra Leone a safe place, the best place for be, and you know, people, someone will say the minister as well, now a lawyer, and we can call him more longo ESQ, a man with a lawyer, and they go about in a very systematic way. And here we see, first, the big question we ask, we get strategic plan there, and that plan B. Now, I want to join them for call on, even as we do constitutional review, maybe, this is not something we will put the email and the age you don't talk, for let we include, say, Creole, let it be the national language of Salon. The language we talk all over. Even in parliament, some parliamentarians, I don't know when they talk, sir. Because the English arts, me and English, the arts made. Okay, always talk that talk this English, the arts made. Because you're thinking one language, you have to transfer and go down, and like, the arts, only we talk English, the arts. But anyway, Minister, look come out to this big conversation we get. I think a few weeks ago, we have been issued a press release and call on bike riders and say, certain treats and they will have been put. No one really stopped it. Middle free until they're not for good day. When I've been given dates, time, if you like, when I've done meet with them. But if you like, say, some challenges be there. So today, while I use this platform for letting people in the full picture, what's in the happen, how it happened, why it happened. Why would I need for pulling the bike ride and athlete on? What are the steps they will take? What are the benefits there? So for that day, Mr. Minister, we will give up to 7 minutes. Because while it take you 10, the family will understand. The answer will remind you as well. With this press conference of this 5 to 7 minutes we use, we will cut that part they will put at the public. So people will really understand what are this process, the step the way they don't take, the engagement the way they do. So the opportunity to talk to the people. You get 7 minutes.
Thank you very much. The first thing I would say is that the CBD ban is succeeding and it will be sustained. Way above Parliament, one of the things with the parliamentarians persistently been the same before decongest the CBD across the board. So it was APC, SLPD. They were all up in arms and saying, what are you going to do about it? So when I resumed or assumed office, I asked the IG, what plan do we have for the CBD? They said that we don't engage the UNDP, and we want to have the UNDP a lot of times, together with the bike riders executive, the president is here, and then the PRO, the whole executive, very wonderful good people. They mean very well for the country. And say we don't get a plan. So I asked for let's see a plan and a strategy. I was satisfied with it. So on the 1st of November, before that I held a meeting with the bike riders, the police, and all other stakeholders. We reviewed the strategy, and I was satisfied that it was a good strategy, and we can go on that. Given also the police background, I mean, most of you know I was in operations, police operations, so I know those issues. So we decided, we agreed. So on the 1st of November, we started. Since not a traffic issue, the police get discretion, we talk, say, okay, we'll first start for one, make sure we don't demarcate the area of the CBD. So we deploy police and also the bike monitors together so that we will police the CBD. So far, the feedback we get is generally holding, and any respect time. And I want to give kudos and thanks to the executive, and also for some of the members that way they obey. Although there are a few, we still they disobey. So today, before I can this meeting, we held another meeting with a review, waiting they happen now, and what progress we don't make, and what challenges are there. So we discuss those issues. We find out, say, the good things will don't happen is far better than the challenges within. And that people now, they're gonna be CBD, and job phone, the accident don't reduce where people are in the van, and it's relatively free for let people that go in out and do business. We all know how that place is seriously congested because of the facilities or the way the colonial city was built. They're all crowded in that small area we call the CBD. So, to cut matters short, for give the update, it is holding. But I want to appeal to everybody, especially the one that will have passengers, will have billions, when they take the bike riders into the CBD. That the next, because now not enforcement, we don't give them 1 month, we will talk to them and say, nobody with a warning advice. It's discretionary because now the traffic issue, not a criminal issue. But going forward, we will now begin for enforcement. You when a passenger, you tell the bike rider for K-Go, you might be aiding and abetting an offense. We can charge the bike rider, we also charge you. So please, tell our people and everybody say, if the bike rider want K-Go, they say, no, we're not going to. And not encourage the bike rider for K-Go. So the other thing we'll try for that we implement are the crash helmets for their own safety. But because of health reasons, for now, we'll not talk about the passengers, because we want to make sure that other people that use the crash helmet, their sanity, it's safe because of the diseases then they will pass on. But for the bike riders, it is compulsory, and we'll get for start for enforcement. Because we want for save their lives, and want for make sure that when they're fall they are not seriously injured. Because on the government they act like picking, like daddy for picking. Picking up, you know certain dangers, but in parents they know, and then they advise them against those dangers. But if you don't listen, there will be sanctions. Go small, then they flag you. So next time you don't go down. But since we're not the flag now, the law will take its course. And for the bike riders, when they persistently go into the CBD, we will start for suspend their license so that they don't go ride again. And if you suspend their license, then they ride, then of course you don't come in that offense, say you don't ride a motorcycle or without the license. And we also now they withdraw some of the police that they point them because we want letting bike monitors, then they take more responsibility. And we empower them by law, which we call authorize them, so that then will take control, and when they direct you, they say you not to do this, you not do that, then you do one under section 127 of the Act. They say when you disobey, they will fine you in 100,000, or you pay the fine and you also go jail. But for now, we're not going to start for jail, but we'll suspend your license. So far, so good. It's holding, it's sustaining, and we are happy with the progress. And we want to thank the executive and also the bike riders that will respect the law so far. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. I think we don't have any facts in the whole and the reason they will put this in place. And the minister say we move to enforcement. See what I mean? I mean say now then therefore if you go, you the passenger or you the bike man will then go enforce certain sanctions on you. You don't mention say the thing they waited and an option and for doing a fine, jail time, suspension of license, and then get different options where they will use for applying. If they suspend the license and you go that means you don't violate even the bigger law. I'll not come to you at Tikaba because this work not will be done without the Freetown City Council. And when internal affairs, local governments, or government do something we can by the city, one self gets a perspective. So I wanted to share from the perspective of the council on this question of clearing the center of the city. What's on your role, what's on your perspective, and how you see it will be done very well.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, and once more good afternoon, colleagues all. To be sincere enough, this is not a laudable venture for we as a council, Freetown City Council to be specific. Because, if you look at the plans that we will not put in place in terms of transforming Freetown, one of the pillars that we will look at now urban mobility. But unfortunately for we will not get the mandates, the function not devolved to we as council for let we able to take up on this kind of venture. So now we're stating our government done, be committed for ensure that we develop, we'll be able to beautify and plan the urban better. I feel say that a big relief for me as a council. Because, if time for permits me, I want to mention most of the challenges that we get in terms of, especially this bike rider thing. That's not maybe.
President there, so tell me some of the challenges.
Yes. One of the main challenges is that this bike rider, in terms of like what we look at in search of greener pasture, youth they don't mobilize from the rural setting to the urban setting. And we all know how council they operate. Most of you know how council they operate. By locality and again for do with population. And Freetown, we don't overpopulate it. Looking at the resources that will get at hand, looking at the facilities that will get at hand, looking at the other factors in terms of staffing and other things then, and we don't really become burdensome on we. So now that's one of the things that we central government don't do in terms of regulating this bike rider business, it don't bring a big relief for me. So that's not make we set as council, they come back at the drawing board for we can look at some of the challenges there. Some of the way forward, looking at the plans we'll get in terms of transforming Freetown and transforming lives. And as much as we look at for ensure say people they don't come, we go to get them. The people, brothers and sisters they don't come, we know this to get them, we not able to get them. But we also want to look at areas because this don't make them don't, get the opportunity for make them create a lot of informal settlements. And that they affect so many other aspects. So with this regulation currently, we believe that working with central government, especially in the area of enforcement, we hope and pray that as we don't start this collaboration, they will continue for bring we come on board. Because we say get beyond law enforcers, we have metropolitan police, and they get a lot for do. Although by law we get the mandates, some of them see are not done daily because the car say the function of transportation, that sector not default to we. So we don't get that mandate for enforce. But we don't say this beginning, because everything gets a beginning. So this they make now, we get an open opportunities or windows of opportunity wherein we say the companies that council for this support because these are people and then our residents and we care for the safety. We don't get a lot of challenges in terms of security, in terms of environmental challenges, in terms of safety. Because every day we see what they happen out there. Safety in a sense, apart from the accidents, in the area of thefts, where people they drop bag, or rider they carry drop people their bag, and all the security system, we don't become bothersome. But we can't get a limited mandate. But this is just the beginning, and we're really happy for this. Even as they come and engage me, boss, and one of the things that we really open and they see, even now we come to meetings because we get a committee, when our transport committee, where we all go able for engage and we this come to the committees then as councillors, they will themselves go able for come up with resolutions or forward to central government for let them empower us more for help. Because the CBD beautification, the CBD planning or urban planning, a big thing within our pillar in terms of transforming Freetown so that we're able to attract investors, we're able to attract tourists, we're able to attract other better opportunities, international opportunities.
So when internal affairs don't clear Freetown so now, the center, now they will make it nice, now they will beautify.
Definitely because they don't make us simple for it. Because you know, not only like the bike riders, we also wish that they will also give you a stronger support in terms of street trading. Because if we talk about the bike riders and one area but the other bigger challenge we get is street trading. You know, so we hope it will be like side by side. Because we know
so we won't start here, we want to go back
go to the other side.
Okay,
yes,
we come to the Minister back, we can ask another question there. But for now, I want to tell you plenty, thank you. And I want to give the chance now to the President of the Bike Riders Union, Mr. Sandy, Ishmael Sandy. Mr. Sandy, you are President. We want you to know the challenge there. For the Minister, please, so we don't work together. Explain to me how we understand and take part for the process for creating this ban, why and how you, as the President and the Union, they work for make sure say this ban here the whole matter. You have 5 minutes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Minister. Good afternoon, colleagues, and good afternoon, colleagues bike riders, executive. In the first place, I want to tell that you got thank you. We make a possible means for Ladia today and talk to the nation. And through the bike riders, we appeal for this engagement for them to continue. Then, will people that go learn, who go learn. Yeah? CBD business, not to today start. Not to brigadier retired can start CBD on the government. Neither former President Ernest Kuroma, not to start CBD. We start CBD 1998-99. The time the late President, former Vice President Ekuma Berewa, now started CBD operation. Then the day ya castle. My big brother, my daddy, go testify. Then the next bite, send her on our bikes them with the boss retire, you follow, you die. Then no one know. We pass that stage there. That time I'm in police. Every day as operation, now the police. We don't pass so many cadres for CBD, but nobody succeed. Because engagement not be there during the day. Then they just grab as a government, they want to impose law, what they call it executive for many engage, how they for do it. Now make Pakababi do it fail, and Eskomaka do it fail. Manabi Obaron Kai will continue. But facing this time around, we don't go fail this CBD. Yeah?
You know the fail.
Yeah. Now I make us say, it not go fail this CBD because the method we carried by the special grace of God, it not go fail. Because like a grassroots politician and now a former bike rider. Yes, of course. They know about bike business, now make it not get for free. Since in the history of Australia for CBD, now the first thing is we will launch operation. We will not even start it to. We just say, hey, when they see the place clear. Because we know that they get the CBD. We don't highlight everything we necessarily see for ourselves. The CBD not be declared because they not be take the right measures how the CBD for go. Because like the Internal Affairs Minister now former policeman. Government don't train and don't spend money, don't do all things. When it go too bad, then the get the police, who say they go to buy the country. That's what the man, government don't spend a lot of money, don't train her, it go too bad, when they pull and buy the country. Same transfer to city council. You go for a force, the same. you don't get for right for say I want this hope. Now okay, China street to go with you. You can't join the union. Yeah. So whenever we put any law, they fix it there above. They fix it there above because it take us now soldier, in a police, in a this. Now the more be plenty in a CBD. But we don't amplify them, we don't sit down, we don't talk about them, we don't sit down, we don't plan a well. We don't put law, they ought to obey. Now this will make with the fail. And salon law will start and will not end up. But the special grace of God, this one will end up. As we don't start, we don't get for relate, we want the government put more measures. For law will continue. When the city now, so what are proud of her? People they say, free traffic not in the city now. Why? Because it don't clear. All the for count board for make sure say Salon be better place for all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I'm glad we talk say this conversation we don't start for a long term. And that the approach we President Leone government don't take it different. Plenty people don't talk about traffic that is done for years and would get what it takes for solve the traffic problem. I want to just remind us say President Leone carry to Akafani. We create very specific bus routes there. Some people will complain, but overall it don't lead to decrease in traffic. Better movements. We also become street lights, traffic lights. With traffic light, they become people that complain, say, well, they call me, in fact, some family sweat traffic lights off. But I think any objective reading of the traffic lights means say now, we know say, with traffic, you walk around, it's predictable. If you stop for a while, in a few minutes, you go. Whereas today, if you did a one side no more, if not the people they get mind and they pass no more, you know they get no chance for pass. Now with the lights, we see the traffic situation. The next problem was this overcrowding of the central business districts. Because the CBD, I don't have to understand say CBD means say central business district. That's mean inside it outside all the some people buy and sell. Where people want to do business, say I'm gonna talk like do business, and that's how they call CBD and the Internal Affairs Ministry. Police them in name the streets they always say by command enough for daily because they add to the pressure and people in Bokude so long allow and not to have more the some courts getting at the west including like major cities in the world like New York City so say they can they lock certain street and say and people that by somewhere you go there yeah bike they pass here motor they pass here bicycle they pass here. So man, say, "Na Salon money they decide say you don't get freedom of movement." That's not true. All over the world, government they make certain decisions. One more thing, Mr. Minister, before we come to questions. Now the street the council say this problem follow address. We no just address the bike mandate because bike mandate are just part of the problem. I may just comment quickly on this question of street trading, and then I will give some updates to again from the ladies office, and then I will come to my follow ask questions. Let's go ahead.
Thank you very much. We talk about the streets then. First, let us mention the streets then because I think a lot of people still don't know. So, because I want to amplify with voices. Kennedy Street, Kisi Road, Frobe Road, up to Service Square, but from Service Square now take up, because then you come, then the Service Square and go across. Sani Abacha Street, East End Police Clock Tower, Goldrich Street, Lumley Street, Upper East Street, Circular Road, Regent Road, Panemba Road, Cotton Tree, Passiva Street, Charlotte Street, Wilberforce Street, Gloucester Street, House Street, Rollins Street, Wallace Johnson Street, Lamina Sanford Street, Shaka Stevens Street, Putney Street, Bathurst Street, Dundas Street, Adelaide Street, Luton Road, Sanders Street, Campbell Street, Savage Street, Waterloo Street, Brook Street, Wellington Street, Lebanon Street, Charles Street, Jones Street, and Main Street. So I only
36 streets then, and it was also
36 years. Because we add today we will review to find out say Main Street should be added. So we add Main Street today. So coming to the issue of street trading, you know, the problems now Freetown, there's so many. And I think we put them under the issue of lawlessness and discipline. What we get to do as a ministry, we get to hold a special conversation on the issue of indiscipline and lawlessness, of course including street trading, noise pollution. People that they only see noise all over the place, and whose mic, and you go even places in our residential areas, bars they need it, clubs they need it. So these are issues so we get to address holistically. So I want to show Madam, say we will engage them. We will hold a national conversation on those issues. Say which waiting and waiting will they talk or they say lawlessness. Which are the indiscipline? What are the immediate ones that we want to address? So like Minister said, most of the time approach issues in a very structured and well-organized way so that we're not going to go back and forth on it. So I want to assure you and the country that we'll take those issues because some of the issues that the indiscipline and lawlessness of Freetown, not the same as or Kenema, they get their own issues. So we have to look at those issues and we'll bring all the stakeholders involved. I had an experience where I didn't have police, where we free up some of the street trading. Abacha Street was one, Kisi Road, clear. The next day, the mayor came to me and said, oh, this is not what people are, nothing will happen. Let me make clear and let me draw a line. I said, Mayor, we draw a line, you know, they walk. He said, hey, we draw a line. You know, they're waiting the people that go say in the higher quarters, I want to sabotage government. So he come back to me and said, Mayor, you know what they say, policemen want to sabotage government, that is so that I'm fear for something. So I'm not going to let me go to that. I have the hindsight, experience, and I want to use that experience when I address the issue once and for all. So, Mr. Minister, thank you very much. That's my response to that.
So we get a discipline officer as minister. Everything you do is strategic and systematic. I want to tell you, thank you, Mr. Minister. You really bring a lot to this position in this very short time. I've been getting a lot of questions I want to ask you for you just provide a quick update on this question of deportations. Since you there, last week I've been clarifying. I see one press reports people go and say they want to deport 1,500 salon people there. Some newspaper and reports and all that. I don't say this now particularly something that you need to deal with. Because as Minister of Internal Affairs, that you operate and work with them, and also we'll make some steps there to get some information and updates on this situation. While we get you, maybe I'll just ask you for just provide an update quickly on deportations, especially from the US to Sierra Leone, which would expect with that number within the latest terms out there.
Thank you very much. I get notification. In fact, I held a meeting with the US ambassador. Only 11 people they offered deportation. One day we asked for let it voluntarily come back, where will be part of the deportation. We did 12. So by April, they will process them, we don't identify them as Sierra Leoneans, and then we come and we receive them. So we don't make proper arrangements for receiving people there in a very humane and respectable way, even though they're coming back. Some of them, I guess, because they're not getting proper documentation, they are not criminals, and they come back, we welcome them, and then go back into society. So all these stakeholders, we don't meet, we don't put strategy in place, so that when they come, we'll receive them. One came very recently back, and then we'll receive them, I think it was Sunday. So the issue of housing or whatever, I'm not aware, and I'm sure nobody in government presently is aware of that sort of number. But what from the American ambassador himself, who came to my office on the 11th, one, we did not say, let him come voluntarily. If you not come, then we can go down by the deportation. Thank you.
All right, so there no wish. Let thousands of we country man and woman there, when they deport them. We as a government don't make it clear. They do the best for citizens. They come back for welcome them. But we pray the one every day we want day. May Allah keep the day because we the day under there is support plenty of we with the are. And then go there, some man hustle go hustle. Some man they try their family under. So anybody wish for them just put the company under account. And this part about me they call bad hearts. Speaker. Make a quick updates on one issue we also don't in the news. We want to provide some quick updates on. On the 6th of February, the Supreme Court will deliver a judgment in a matter we named Theophilus Pratt and another person versus the Ministry of Lands and others including the ministers and the NEMA. The people that will be in this case at the Supreme Court claim say the government will unlawfully take the land and the constitutional rights to property with the constitutional guarantee approved for them. The issue that is in that case is whether the property, the land will be in question, the state land, and whether the process of compulsory acquisition, when we say government, they say pauper, this land here, one taker, as provided for in the Constitution, Section 21 of the 1991 Constitution of Sierra Leone and the Public Lands Act, Cap 116 of the laws of Sierra Leone, and the follow the law there process again. So I repeat. The contention, the issue inside this case, now be not over say government will take land or not take it, but if you for take it, whether government, the follow will go according to the law, when the law put so the Constitution, Section 21, and the Public Lands Act, Cap 116. So just for everyone to understand, what's they call compulsory acquisition? It's a pauper and take this from you. The Constitution give the states the right say land. You take it, but the Constitution we make steps the way government for follow. So compulsory acquisition and the process by which government they take possession or acquire any property in the interest of defense, public safety, public order, public morality, public health, town and country planning, development, and in a manner where it promotes the welfare of the citizens. And that's the laws. In this case, the Supreme Court the rule say the land in question, not your state land. And that there two individuals that will bring in this case, this Thomas Pratt and the other person. They've been legally acquired the land from private citizen with all the documentation signed by officials from the Ministry of Land, and that process day of compulsory acquisition take over by force by the states Okay? They say, and at that process day of compulsory acquisition, the states not follow the process. So the Supreme Court, the rule say, the state for return the land to the private citizens when they get the land. Okay? Important for those say, because after the will, we don't see press release there around like Johnson, people can say they will take the land back from government, so the AG will allow make something clear. The land when I be the subject of the Supreme Court in judgment, the organizing for those Black Johnson. That land they be in Mama Beach. The parties will be there by this case, they don't come on Black Johnson. Also, the facts in this case, they don't get nothing for you in the facts in the Black Johnson case. The government acquired a piece of land at Black Johnson for this project, and the people who they affect, they compensate them in line with the two sections of those codes. So it's one of the 1921 Constitution and the Public Lands Act. Therefore, the AGOI found the Supreme Court's ruling will not affect Black Johnson. Anybody who they come back say the Supreme Court don't rule for Mama Beach. Therefore, I they use that judgment day now for who apply back say, may give me your land at Black Johnson for take the land we government will not take away from you in line with the Constitution. The AGC, anybody who attempts to do that day, you will violate the laws of Salon, and then people will be accounting. Sorry, Mama Big Supreme Court ruling on the nothing for do it. Black Johnson. The laws, the Supreme Court say government will follow the steps there in Mama Beach. AG and the government will say they follow the step there. Now, Black Johnson and the government of legally take possession of the law of the land in Black Johnson. So we are if I'm not confused, that's me somebody who talk to you, give you information not to do. Okay. Very important update I also want to present today. And now we take a question that will come. Mr. Minister, you are very popular and you have plenty of questions online. So I get one commitment here, Mr. So you know, I read all the questions that will come online and then I come to the public, to the audience I have for them to ask. For the question that will come online, some of them they will already answer, but they read out. So if you don't answer, you don't need to answer again. And I read all together and you just do the summary answer. Yeah? Somebody say, Mr. Minister, why government only enforce the use of helmets? Why make people wear the same ID with the rider? Wait make people forget the same ID card with the bike man when they pass and then this states PTR with a ban for bike riders. What's the suggestion when they ask the passenger back for ID card? So I'm for the history. Somebody say make you talk about the development that we don't do so far in the ministry. Madam, somebody say what's happened to the removal of street traders? Would I give them permits for being shop in the first place? Say now, say why you can comment on that. Somebody they asked when the outcome of the meeting, who will I get the conference with the bike rider and all the party. Somebody say in that day, you must say, he said, when I've been discussed, say, SLRSA and the Salon Police for work together, but they don't work together. I see why. Somebody also say that the Bike Riders Union never be part of the operation, but he said they're not a part of the operation. I think where he said they're part of the operation, I also. And he say, the other person, I think that the same person is, he say, in the dialogue when I will commit, say, Salon Police road safety will respect the union executive in terms of any arrest. You see, well, why am I there that day? And that SLRSA for being in charge for processing the arrest of bikes whenever Salon Police or SLRA effect an arrest, but it's not going like that. You see why? These are all the questions we can online. We'll ask Minister for the respond. Madam will also respond, and then we will come to other questions. Correct.
Thank you very much. I think that person in the listing, I thought say the last meeting we hold with the bike riders, SLRS of course, the part of the police, will say the next move down of enforce the crash helmet wearing because of law. But we say because of health reasons, we not even enforce them on passengers now. That would be the next step. But for all bike riders, compulsory. ID cards, I think I want to encourage everybody for letting get a national ID cards. Because it's important way around for where the police to check for let them know who are you. Because now we get people when they come up from other countries. Because we're all black, they don't even know whether you're not a foreigner or also you promote or you're not whatever. So ID cards are basically for identification, and I think government make it very easy now. It's decentralized. Please, I beg and appeal to everybody for letting me get ID cards. Development in the ministry, as I say, we just start, but I think we don't do well. We don't engage other stakeholders, partners. We don't do brainstorming for no problems, internal consultations, and now we're on the verge of moving forward for develop a strategic plan where we guide me, and so that we get a vision, national vision for the ministry. SLRS, of course, they are part of us. Even today, they are the beginning of the meeting we will hold. Bike riders, they are part of the operations. The president won't talk, so I'm going to one day. They say SLRS is not for where we arrest bikes, but you know it can go either way. SLRS can arrest and we can arrest because we get them powers under the act. So we can just collaborate, but we work closely together, so we don't really get issues with them. As I say, even today in the meeting for review, the CBD ban operations. So they're not for the charge of arrest, because when you arrest, you have to go keep somebody, but the police come and get our power and mandate and custody. SLRS they not get served for good person and are fined. If you don't pay the fine, then you ask the police to arrest if they want to charge. So that's how we work. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Come on. Some questions. One question maybe for you, so respond to that quickly.
My question say the removal of street traders and whether they give them permit. Actually, I deliberately come with this issue of street trading because if you watch out the two categories of people, the bike riders and the street traders, they're like brothers and sisters. Like that the same situation as the council they face in terms of congestion. So we as council don't deal with one without the other. In fact, we will say that the street trading was for me past the bike rider. Although the car has said they all get similar effect on we in terms of our planning or in terms of decongesting the city, because they occupy the space, and at the end of the day we know the challenges that will be faced as a council, especially in terms of sanitation, in terms of beautification and other things. So now in the area of the person they ask that they give permit, what we do is we collect the revenue, where in terms of street trading, we collect market use. Because we get dues for petty trading. That are like you will get the table, almost you pay, whether a minimum cost of 5,000, and that money enough for the way to clean the market and do other things then necessary for upkeep the market. Then we get other revenues then when our business licenses and other fields like stores, where you the trader they identify If that land is not a private land or not a waiting, will not get any complication. You can get you kiosk, you can get your shop, you can get whatever you get. Then you pay your license to me. I mean, you get your business license on a registration of your business. So now so we operate as a council. But what to make a bring this issue is that when it comes to decongestion, we're not able to deal with one without the other because they are everywhere and they all migrate from the rural setting to the urban in terms of breed and pasture. All my whole train like in head, whole cigarettes, whole chigwam, whole dami, they pass the street. And that's how they attract the city. That's how they make the city beautified. That's how they attract tourists then. So we'll see how government will give support in terms of collaboration or enforcement. Because that's one thing, that's what we as council will able to do is by ourselves. We not get enough law enforcers, the women for police and police them. The city don't, the population don't pass them. We not get enough for all over from the east, central, and west. So in the area of CBD, and that people they always call on the SLP for giving support. So one will see how central governments will able one create infrastructure for the street traders where they pass. Where in terms of permits or whatever, legal places or places where we will say, now for day. So we will get free flow of traffic. So we get effective service delivery in the city, also beautify the city. If we come in that together as local government or local council as well as central, I believe say we will able to get a very good result in everything that we talk about, both the bike riders and the traders then, we will able to really get a very better result.
Thank you very much, Madam Hassan Kamara. Now we can open for questions. Please, you mind?
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody asked question just now, why they ask for ID card? Minister will be answered that side. Not only national ID card, then they talk about here. Now, when I bike riders, I get me ID card. You not in bike riders, you need for the ID card, the same ID card with me before I move you for can go any side. You don't go be a driver, then maybe bike riders, I take you say at the same office to work. What is the proof? The proof get for him. Because that all they make the CBD decongest. Somebody take post it out, they say me a soldier. Whether I'm out there in a soldier. My ID card, I mean that I need to take it from me. It is something but I need to take my ID card. Let me face it. So policeman they use that, the soldier man they use that, they for inside the CBD. So that the question that the way that person they ask. Then number 2 questions about bike riders, SLP, and the road safety. During the dialogue, we go say the police they arrest me, charge you to court. We did a Panama road, we suffer day, we buy them back, we go meet high court criminal. We mean not a criminal, just a bigger hustler. You understand? We go meet with them criminals and they waiting and they go teach you in another jail. Who come out, we can't implement it. So with that, we don't want to be implementer for anybody. We're not to implement an agency. We're not hustlers, we're not legal hustlers. So we will plead to government and UNDP, if they set up reinforce the CBD, will arrest me, and over me to the SLRC. Then give me tickets. If I don't pay that rent, let me buy back. And my family will suffer. But I don't suffer today. My family will suffer and in a jail. So that is why we bring SLRC, Sierra Leone Police, and the bike riders together for me that kind of. Thank you.
Right, thank you. Very, very useful clarifications. So now we take questions. We're going to take 2 sets of questions. And I see you Andy on this way, so I go so. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Our question is the traffic lights. Okay, so you serve as police as well. So when bike rider today this afternoon, they're not for work activity, they're not for one activity. Most of the bike man now officers and the guy bike uniform. An accusation where a lot of bike man they make more for one. When you only boss na police people, see they one sweep, one bike take passenger. We say, I mean I try not for riders we boss na officer. Yes. So we want to know how to get them qualified, we want them to put in charge. For to say it's really clear. When I say when they congest the city, they get by hand they will run for them. When they do nothing. Instead the one that will defend them on illegal and they hold an arrest. Thank you very much.
Alright, thank you. Would I be in a match? I'm in all your points. 1, 2, you know, even number 3. Oh, you don't declare? Okay, so 2, 3. Okay. They don't ask you question. See, they don't know it's about nature.
Mohammed Kamara, George.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Minister, critics to the decision say you fail to protect as a legal and police experts. You fail to realize the fundamental human rights of the bike riders and equal as well the employment sector in this country. They even condemn the president because they say that was not what he was voting for. They were expecting for the radical approach. One, everybody knows from time immemorial we talk about the police and the military disguised as citizens of this country. They write that the CBD areas uninterrupted whenever short laws and existence. 2, the president and the executive failed for telling that November meeting say there are a lot of police officers that will register their bikes at the association day and we're going to give them the numbers there. Whenever they break they say, yes, ASP says also. 3. Due respect, sir, as a journalist responsible, as a minister between corners of society, sir, then certainly you take into consideration that the bike riders are responsible for between 5,000 to 10,000 people a day as our Victoria. Don't want to talk about all over the country. This gentleman will say there are more than 1 million people who are members of the Bike Riders Association. The first year almost in the fitness alone. We go back to 4. Permit me, sir, Mr. Chairman, that in any democracy, sir, for men class division and class strong knowledge, sir, there's one for the equal rights and fairness to each and every one. That this is Africa. You go to Abuja, you go to Lagos, it's congested by motorbikes. You go to Nairobi, it's congested by motorbikes. You go to Johannesburg, Pretoria, it's congested by motorbikes. And Freetown is eaten by the sea and whatnot, the mountains. Whatever we do, don't consider life force because that is the responsibility of a given government to young people. And what it matters, Madam talk about congestion, and when the city council will say, the law talks to you as a legal officer, say, now government capable provide place for the people there before ever you put them to retreat. However, I was in Nigeria as a correspondent when a lawyer won the case because government has no right to remove people from the street without providing them a place for go. Thank you, sir.
Don't clap. Yes, go ahead. Number 3.
Yes, this question now for the Internal Affairs Minister. On it, they were in newspaper. They don't become habitual now. The police them, they in the streets, they all kill, they beat them by command them. Yes, and sometimes then they crash with the passengers there. I think say now human rights abuse that. The police will use another method. They're not for the old cane, the old robber, they beat people them, you know, fine. Thank you.
Number 4.
Question goes to Bike Riders Union President. Not basically when I get to command them now, some of my members in that command the jobbers and all of that. Now you use much energy for key tickets out there. What do you union do for ensure say we're able to shout some of them back extra among my membership?
Fine.
Ibrahim Sayas is a voice of Samuel Radio. Madam Kamara, FCC. As the Beaton City Council, they may also be launched within agriculture from Beaton. So we get 11 sectors that will be outlined in 19 target points there. Now, since the City Council, we will be building at the city, we don't get no new market where the council don't build, but we don't see. Now, another market in Ball, na Calvaton, with over 4 years now, council not able to make that structure. And you talk about split trading. Waiting at the main so far, where council don't put in place for pool traders and athletes, where they sell. And also the sanitation aspect. Their markets the way we see the toilet aspect is very much attractive for traders, and they collect huge amount of money na that side. How una can go about for able tackle the waste management, and where una we don't say una dey create the waste management system, una dey recycling the dirty them na kinton.
All right. We have a few questions. We'll start with you, Mr. Minister. We'll respond to them quickly. One big one really, in fact, say I think I read 3 of these. Officers then, they join and find ways for bypass this ban. Either they get bike them or they bike them and say me owner. So basically the notion is that the law they apply to possibly if a policeman or the policeman and they act in that way, if you like say the enforcement officers are allegedly complicit. So one for know about that. But come on, make a few points where I guess maybe not really respond to this question of congestion, human rights, life force, and on that issue. I think I've already mentioned say many other big metropolis in the world get similar restrictions on vehicular and other forms of transportation within the central business district. But I'll let you further respond to that. And then this other question is important to me, the idea say police officers in their own cane, and then they basically physically assault bike riders. And response to that, and your question on that.
Thank you very much, Minister, for the questions there. Brilliant questions. Of course, I tell you we whole meeting today we will review and we'll look at the challenges. And definitely this came as one of the challenges for the officers where they implement the CBD and also the bike monitors where they work between where the police and the military. I mean, some people that they claim they say, oh, no, police bike and they support them. But they actually, but what you know say, now be part of the police uniform and what's but of course, that no means say they forbid anybody, you know. So we'll look into those issues, so for them to be addressed. If you go India and other places, definitely they are part of the police uniform, part of the protection. The issue of say in other countries like Nigeria, we talk about, I believe Abuja, in fact, you know, they see bike there. I don't know now this being they are forbidden in this city. So it may not be true that in other countries, the CBD, they are congested, bikes they drive the helter-skelter. It's not true. And then, of course, I just want to reassure the lady from City Council that we'll work with you so that we work on those issues of street trading. Because not only street trading, for me, sometimes the street begging, sometimes it's so aggressive that they beg, you know. And when I saw, it put off a lot of tourists and other people that come in the country. What are we doing about it as a nation or as a city? So I want to make that question given to now as part of the conversation we get for engaging now with respect to indiscipline and lawlessness.
Thank you, sir. Mr. President, I'd like to you next. Bike riders and some man they jog back, some man keep thief according to the journalist there. And then say what you do for fishing out and for holding your own union accountable.
Yeah, we don't try a lot for that. And we want to assure everyone in here that bike riders don't a thief, man. We bike riders are not a thief. Because what? So not a thief. We operate with property we worth 25,000. There is no need for Lago thief, something we know worth even 1,000. I'm coming. But you see, bike riders now in trade, we don't kind of Sierra Leone, we're not muting to war after the war. Somebody can just grab, they get access to bike, they go learn a bike today, tomorrow you go thief. You go call a bike rider? No. The answer is no. Not a bike rider. Somebody will hustle, they will almost go there. Some of them are journalists, some are presenters, some are this. Even they left, you won't go thief. No, so which man will come out as a rider? Don't the time they say I want past 25,000 in the day, and they make pass 3 or 200 euros or 500 euros per day. They go thief again. And that they work. Now only you will not get satisfied mind. Only you will not get satisfied mind. But you, when you walk in the hand, you don't need for good thief. And the thief, what are you talking about here? Government itself involved in. And they give reasons. Yes. And they give reasons. Like give reasons. Nearly 2 ones are there example. And they talk without example. Government involved one the court. Yes. If this man don't go thief, we don't lose big somebody in this country when I be presenting on radio, free radio, free radio. When they say they go jogging back. If father die, the crowd hospital die. If me sitting here, I don't go thief man, but jog back, I could go cross. I'm on a station. By the time they clear the car, they don't ever. Yes, of course. They don't old thief man, we don't old thief man back. When we trace, we go catch 7 when a high court criminals. When a high court criminals, I trace that case in Mississippi, they free from your life. Take go to court. They go find them. They go find them 6 months in prison. What did that man for? We don't take 20, 30 years in prison. They come on and do. We can go do more than that. But if they want them, what they do, they accident day. Government they really treat them maturely. And now I see those 90. Trust me.
Right.
So all and the 19 and all for count board for talk to government.
Right.
If this man don't thief, you don't understand. If not 10 years, give her 50 years. If not, you not 30, by the time they will not die. Let's thief again. Trust.
Alright,
Well, they say, but the reason is not this.
I think say a lot of people are in human rights will disagree with that. The punishment will always fits the crime. Madam Asakara, the question to you now about new markets. You say what I say we will not replace the big commercial markets. And which one you do for provide alternative to statistics. And then you mentioned also waste management and sanitation. If you can answer the question for me 2 minutes, I'll take the next one and say I'm done and stay that.
Okay. So coming to the area of market spaces, a very big challenge for we as a council. And still it boils down to this issue of congestion at the city. The number of markets we don't get previously, looking at the population and we say, the residents of Freetown, they don't far more outgrown. So the market spaces now we still say, traders them. So say one family, not together. You know, the papa they sell, the mama they sell, the beginning where they go to school, where the carry they sell, on the side they also like we are congested. And if you look at most of the spaces that we don't get right, it's very, very much challenging for we for building new markets because we don't get space. All the spaces that even as a lady to honorable minister, most of the spaces in the private sector. Government can say, council can say, this time is space, I mean property is this land, that council land. Then you see somebody put documents where don't show say in great grandpa that land there, you know, if don't buy and so and so and so. So with all the challenges that we get a strategy, we get plans there for local people for build up new markets. Right. But as a matter of fact, we don't get space. Right. And now we find out like the first markets, we don't like to develop them. Calbasso markets and other markets and they will get plans. But one thing is that we always say ask them to pay on rates, to pay on license, local
markets. Okay. When we take the final round of questions there, I'm sorry today we got done on time. Minister said need for go, we said need for go. So of all the area we there, if I need for negotiate one time. I go to you and
yes, don't say today.
Okay, I give you number 2, I give this the year number 3. I give that man with the year number 4, and I give the bar number 5. Let's keep going. Go ahead. Now, quick. Sharp.
Alima Tukaru, reporting for the Vantage newspaper. As some of you know that the congestion in Freetown is a critical issue that is affecting our transport, our businesses, and the daily affairs of the county. Now, my question is for you, Honorable Minister. What strategies are in place to ensure that public awareness campaigns effectively educate citizens on the benefits and long-term impact of the congestion plan? Thank you.
Thank you. Number 2. What are the number 2? Go ahead.
Good day.
Okay, in flow.
I have a question for you see the council. The question we go to you say we are not get space. Maybe they say we are not get space. Oh God, now people dey take the secretary. It's a shop to council. So you see. Secondly, you are looking at the legalized thing. Now the collective from even like state available side away according to the municipal act and according to the ordinance of the school, they don't sell. Parliament, court, inside that, still have to start with the collecting. You know what's the legalized thing? Coming to the Minister of Internal Affairs. Now, to say, when I get agreement with bike riders for say, so then we take time frame with the state authority, take 6 months to get bike rider and not get documents, then because we get the most of journalists without the consent to me. And the bike rider man, if you are doing me say, we're not collect money from public money from memberships. We're not accountability. Up to now, and not everybody will understand saying that creates a particular program on the workshop. One day, not workshop, we get into your traffic offense. Secondly, on traffic offense.
You are asking a question.
Sure.
So, thank you for that. I'll go to the next person, number 3. By the way, I want to take you to all the journalists, media houses, where they said more and more young women, because the is supposed to be full with just men. So more and more female journalists are encouraged and commended on the people for ask questions.
I want to give for TV. The question will go to Madam Asam Tamara. So once waiting on the talk, we say for the TV. We almost say with Mama them, now states then they will what is there for push school. And if you want one say for pull them, now states for sale. Also, want to put them for because then when I not go say when I will pull with people like now states for them for sale. When I not give them place, also the way we put them, market them for sale. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Number 4. Yes, sir. And I'm number 4, then the pan number 5, and the close. We do one sharp. Yes. When I will send a question online. Yes.
My name is Jaffa
Jaffa,
Davis
go
from Really Democracy. The question is, Minister of Internal Affairs, when to the fact say traffic boku, garage dem boku, street light you dey see plenty time, police dem dey call motorcar for pass when they show red, and also street trading. Why una start with bike riding as way for the congested place? Then to FCC, una concern we have pass garage of bike riding, bike riders garage, motorcar garage and pass mark in the city. Then they talk about tourism effect.
Thank you very much. And last question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. My name is Nadia, civil society. I want to congratulate the government. This question will go to the president. I live at Mountain Court. Particularly my street, 4th Street, it's a one-way traffic. Your warden or what you have already got, and also I don't put in place. They're not going to put a boundary like this. They say they will check the driver. The driver says no to check anything. And you take money and they hand. And that since they get signboard, wait for say, up no more than the traffic where they are now, don't make the resident people in that place, they don't talk, say, and therefore go to the minister to say, they don't want to people to like that, faster than that. So I'll ask you, when I don't land, when I drivers say, sign. When the signboard where they put, say this is not for passing and not to the pass, use the other way. They say you go past 3rd Street when you come up.
All right.
So what happened tonight?
All right. Thank you very much. I'll thank you for the question then. I apologize to the one who won't able to take the question today. Unfortunately, we, as I say, I get another meeting where I'll be there for good, the minister said one for good. But we get some really good questions there. Mr. Minister, public awareness for you, the strategies that we do for public awareness. Now, one question that day. Why would I start with bike riders is another question we get. And then I think whether you get agreement with bike riders, say you want to check the document for 6 months period or not. So take that one and then quickly and then we'll come to that question.
Thank you very much, Lima, to bring down the question. I think what we did do so now part of the public awareness campaign, but then of course we have to do a special campaign on all of these issues, and brother will help up with this strategy together for the Minister of Information. I'm not aware of any agreement between we and the SLRSA for 6 months. At times I think what can happen where the availability of documents, license, not illegal, then they can do a sort of notice or letter, but I'm not aware of it at all. Then we start with the bike riders. It was a big concern. Parliament and everybody, the harm also will be the cost. You know, broke leg, jog pad, and it was just too much. But in any case, we have to start somewhere. So let's say 1,000 miles journey starts with a single step. So we don't take that, then we will now move on the other issues. So it's always good for them to do something, you learn, and then you move. You know, you consolidate, you move. You don't learn the lessons from which you don't do. So street lights, what you make the police taking, call traffic. So then the traffic don't congest. I mean the traffic lights are mechanical actually and for help in case police study. But in police study they don't say on side don't so congest that they can be able to control so that movement will be, people don't get stuck in traffic for long, then they can pull the traffic. Or maybe some visitors, dignitaries that they can or maybe the emergency vehicles, ambulance, police. They're not going to say pass and stop because maybe when they respond to a fire incident, you're not going to let them wait them somebody in house they bomb. So when they see that kind of situation, they can help for facilitate. So now mechanical or also human. The waiting the light not be able to do, you're not going to see the other side and waiting the congestion. So if the police see, then they can want for ease the situation. So now that means also they can call. Not that they can get one call because they want call. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Madam Hassan Kamara, let me just talk about the same question that they keep on the camp, say, when they collect due and therefore they legitimize it. I don't get the mail, I think a couple of times now. This question always in camp where we host an IR, same question for you. And then we sister say, you know, it's not bread and butter issues. My made already sell that eats, now my mother didn't sell, we school, they pay we school, fee go school. But now the alternative what they do, and they think of, and we'll say inside the million plan, as already today, but maybe use this opportunity for them just clarify on that. And then there was a question about whether you consider about park cars that eat and then tell them. I really want to say that it's going to keep out 2 minutes. So short direct answer.
Yes, so quick one in the area of legitimizing and street trading. What do we do as a council? It's right for designate some street them, just like how ministry do. We designate some street them to trade as them. It's within the CBD. Because we know some know where we pull them as streets. That's not the livelihood support that they eat. So we designate street them where we monitor. And another strategy what we use, because of the space and the congestion what we talk about, and we know that they get the support, what we do, we always stay there for pushback. And the pushback will not want to research no more, collaborate with the structures within the market spaces as well as SFP and other structures that we, institutions that we involved for local we push them in. Because the reason being that they affect service delivery. If they come in the morning for go, then also all my they can focus and traffic not will flow. So these are some of the things that we not also will pull them. So my dear sister, we know they pull them. What do? They push them. So that makes all time here, this is guys will push back. Yeah? And the area of the garages, cars, yes. So I'm very honored for them among the ministers and go and say the message they go, and we all as members of the fourth estate. For make this message go to we lawmakers, then it's right for we bylaw, with sanitation bylaw and other things there. Because one of the things that council they look at the garages them, not only congesting the city, they also they dirty the city. There's scraps, there's other metal, there's so many things. So if they give me the power, because we as council they work on ourselves, now the mandate they give me, the power they give me, what's in there the law, what's the bylaw say, or the local government act say, now we act on. So if we don't get that power, they will be able for the implement or enforce the law, whether for this garage, street parking, and other things there. So, quick one, just that's how it was.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, whether you did train you might guide them on signs and streets them, because one issue and they sign the day so with the worker go the other way. I think that's the question that they will get. Quickly, you have 1 minute.
Yeah. John Lepo, they say GSLOM. We write a project where $2 million project to UNDP for trade membership across the country. Yes. $2 million project for trade bike riders union on UNDP. Since I'm coming. Hold on. When I ask questions, the money will see the money big. We will not see the money big because we get a fast down. We get $2 million project to write to UNDP for train the bike riders union across the country under the peace building fund. Since 2024, we don't start the training from 2023, 2024, with the end of this 2025 across As I said also, today said I need to sleep here because we get training about and go this net for me talk tomorrow. After they talk to you, the UNDP coordinator here, now they call me. This is not joke. That is the reason why we signed that dialogue. Yeah? Kofi Annan Training Center that they can train we as executive. Police and Dede, SLRS and Dede, you don't understand? For what we see, sanity, peace, then as radio. And if you see, from since we don't start the training, the bike riders, you know, the riders don't begin change. Why? Sir?
What are they managing?
Now UNDP.
Okay, not so much.
Not so much. Yeah? We write the project, when they manage the money for 3 weeks. You don't mean say, well, say $2 million, we'll get some more. No. And then get some, so that, I just want for them that don't say, we the train, and I don't even write to SLRC. Because now one of the responsibilities that for training, for road science.
Thank you.
Now answer the fine question, sir.
Well, time
okay. Thank you.
So I want to take this opportunity now for say very special Una and the media for Una always a camp and Una they continue for cover this press conference and provide information to the people of Salone. So Minister Lengo, thank you and congratulations on the good work what you do. Madam Hassan Kamara, thank you for rejoining me, and President Ishmael Sandi, President for the Bike Riders Union. I want to let you know, say in March, 1 month from now, we will begin do a Civic Day series, where we take the civic press engagement across the country, and next month we will Cambia. So next month we will go and take the governments to the people of this country. And some of them are going to be invited for joining me. We will come there with some government ministers there for answering people their questions, citizens their questions. It's not part of the efforts to continue to take. Until next week, Assalamu alaikum.